Okay, it's my first full day here in Melbourne, and it's somewhat of an overcast day. And I find myself in I think it's a suburb, or it's an area of Melbourne known as Elsternwick. And I'm going to go for my evening walk today. I had a really productive day of work, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a walk down to an area known as St. Kilda. And that's an area that ever since I knew that I was coming to this part of Melbourne, that I've been really looking forward to. It's home to the most famous beach, or popular beach, if you will, in Melbourne, St. Kilda Beach. And St. Kilda was named after a schooner in 1841. I guess there was a schooner that moored off the beach there, so it became known as and the schooner, or the boat, was named St. Kilda. So ever since, it's come to be known as St. Kilda. And from what I was reading up on it on Wikipedia, it was an area that at one time was home to a lot of the elite in Melbourne during the Edwardian and Victorian era. And it's become a somewhat of a bohemian, if I'm saying that right, bohemian neighborhood. It's like home to a lot of artists and what have you. So very much like Coney Island in New York. So it's probably about an hour walk from here. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole walk, but I'm going to walk down Carlisle Street, which is just lined with all types of cafes and restaurants, and I'll find something to eat there and probably see some interesting people. I hope to make it down to St. Kilda. If not tonight, then definitely Thursday night when there's a festival. But anyway, I thought in keeping up with doing my my videos, that I'm going to go for a walk and kill two birds with one stone and bring you along. So let's go check out St. Kilda. Okay, I found my way up to Carlisle Street. At least I think it's Carlisle Street. And you can see the one of the trams going by that is everywhere throughout Melbourne, as I understand. And then here comes another one. And I was debating whether I should actually take a tram down to St. Kilda, but anyway, I'll walk for a little ways and then maybe catch a tram coming back, or catch a tram, a little further up the road here on Carlisle. So we'll see. I'm not really sure how the tram system works. I have a card, and everybody says you touch on, touch off, meaning you get on with your card, you got a prepaid amount, and you touch the little kiosk there on the tram, and then it starts your time, if you will, on the tram, or your location, and then you touch off when you get off. So I don't know how you know when you're getting on point A how much credit you have to get to point C, or point B rather. But we'll find out. I'll ask somebody. Alright, I've walked the better part of 15-20 minutes, and I've reached this area. This is where I arrived yesterday, or very close to it. And really an interesting vibe that they've got going here in this part of Melbourne. Just a real old town feel to the to the neighborhoods that I'm walking through. So I decided that I'm going to actually take a tram that'll get me down to St. Kilda Beach. Here it comes right here. This is the number 16 that's going to take me down to St. Kilda. And I was asking some guys here at the tram stop if there's some good restaurants down there, and they said that definitely there is. So let's jump on the tram, shall we? So you see, I've got my little I think they call this a My Key card, and you just touch the My Key card here. Touch on successful, and my balance is $4.42. But I don't know if $4.42 is going to be enough to get me down to St. Kilda. So I certainly hope so. I think one of the guys that I was talking to was telling me that it's kind of a little flaw on the system, if you will. So as we're riding down here, I think what I will do is just give you a nice shot of the tram window, and give you a nice shot of the neighborhood as we're going down to St. Kilda. Tons and tons of great restaurants all through here. You can just, as you're on the tram and my head's out the window, just the aroma aroma of all the different restaurants. It's just really something else. So, and you can see they've got their share of graffiti on the walls. I was actually talking to several people here, and apparently it's not too dangerous of a neighborhood. There's not a lot of, it's not like somebody told me they were in Baltimore and they didn't feel very safe. And then the gal that I'm staying with, Nina, she was actually telling me that she went to America and she was getting chased, and she said it was both frightening and a little exhilarating for her. And I said, exhilarating? And she said, yeah, being chased. It was, kind of exciting, So there's a familiar name, Safeway. They've got those all through California, where I live, much of the western United States. And here's a truck coming out called Kohl's, C-O-L-E-S. And I think that's one of the larger supermarket chains in, maybe for Australia, for all I know. But anyway, so I'm just going to let the camera keep rolling on the, I think this is Carlisle Street, on the way down to St. Kilda. So you can definitely get a great feel for the neighborhood here. I think it's probably about a 30-minute walk from where I got on this tram. My GPS was telling me it was about a 30-minute walk to get to 30-minute walk to get down to St. Kilda, and I'd imagine on the tram with the stops it'd probably be about 10 minutes. So I wish the sun were out, but the weather for the weekend is going to be really beautiful, so I'm looking forward to a nice sunny weekend down under. And the place where I'm staying with Nina, it is just absolutely ideal for working. I've got good internet, the home is quiet, she's gone during the day, so I can just sit and do all my work. And what I'll end up doing is I'll work throughout the week, put in a really good week's worth of work. That's a tongue twister. Put in a week's worth of work, and then go out on the weekend. And what I'm actually thinking is I may actually, maybe the second or third weekend that I'm here in Melbourne, I may actually rent a car like on a Friday night and do the ocean drive. So as I understand it, it's about a 5-hour drive, and it takes about an hour to get there. But that would definitely be something that would be worth it. There's some Melbourne rush hour traffic for you. So I'm probably getting pretty close to St. Kilda. So I'm going to, as the saying goes, I'm going to touch off and find my way to the beach. Alright, so as per the suggestion of the individuals at the tram stop, I found my way down to what's called Acland Street, A-C-L-A-N-D. And they told me that I'd have a good chance of finding something to eat down here. I think I could walk down an alley in this city and find a good place to eat. So I'm just going to walk along and see what strikes my fancy. I see quite a bit of I see some Turkish restaurants, I've seen some Chinese restaurants, and I think it's actually happy hour right now. Here's an interesting facade of it looks like a hair salon right here. That looks really really interesting. I'll zoom in on that and give you a nice view. I would imagine that for somebody planning a trip down here to Melbourne, that this would be a really interesting video to watch. I know that if I had stumbled across a video such as this in anticipation of coming down here to Melbourne, I would have appreciated watching it. So I'm just going to keep walking along. Again, I wish it were nice and sunny out, but I think that there's a festival. There'll be a festival on, what day is it? Thursday. So 2 days from now, there'll actually be a festival down on the, I think it's the Promenade or the Esplanade. So There's some friendly Aussies. I think they call them Aussies, and I think I'm known as what's called as a Yank. So just keep walking along and find our way down to the. Hopefully, find our way down to the water. All right, here's a great example of the diversity and choices that you have to eat here in Melbourne. So I came to an area, I see there's a restaurant called Chintaria, fine Malaysian cuisine. Keep walking up and you've got Oki to go, Japanese cafe and sushi bar. And then just past that you have Kotoraya, it's an Asian multi-cuisine restaurant. And then past that you have Amigos, Mexican-inspired food and drinks. And then right after that you have Pink Flake, seafood and burger bar. And let's see, what else do they have up here? Just keep walking along. You've got St. Kilda sub-branch. I don't know if that is a sub-sandwiches. No, I think that's a Subway. Subway is in catch the subway. And then you've got the, for dessert, you've got your frozen yogurt cafe. And then right across the street there is a vineyard restaurant. For all I know, that is Italian. And then just right across over here you have another restaurant called, what is that? Called Bajas or something like that. But you know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to settle for what I know best, for McDonald's. Nothing like a good Big Mac, when you're in Melbourne. No, I'm just teasing. I'm not going to have a Big Mac. I think I'm going to get some of that good Malaysian food that I saw just back up the street. All right, and just across the street from the restaurants I was showing you is this Europe cake shop, and you can see all of these wonderful cakes that they've got up here. I'm sure that woman that I promised I would never mention her name, she's probably looking at this right now and just licking her lips. So they've got all types of goodies in the window here, but I'm going to be good and forego the sweets. All right, so I was looking at all those restaurants across the street, and I saw this place called the Healthy Burgers, and I'm standing here with Carter, right? Yes, sir. Carter is from America. He saw my Wells Fargo debit card and recognized it.
I saw it from a mile away.
Yeah. Now you said you moved down here?
I moved down here just over 4 months ago now.
Now permanently moved.
Until further notice is what I.
And what's her name?
What's whose name?
Didn't you move here for a woman?
I got a nice girl back at home.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, you had a nice girl. If you moved here permanently.
She's coming here on Thursday. It's not.
So you like it here, huh?
The weather. I mean, you can't beat the weather, especially the weather Minneapolis had today. So.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's probably about 75 in Minneapolis right now.
75 below.
Yeah. So I'm going to show them, Carter. I'm going to show them the menu here at the Healthy Burgers. And I got the what's called the Mighty Melbourne. Costs $13.50, and it has grilled grass-fed lean beef, tasty cheese, crispy trim bacon, free-range egg, and a couple slices of beetroot with salad relish and herb mayo. I mean, if that doesn't sound healthy, I don't know what does,
Beetroot's very Australian.
Yeah. He's telling me beetroot is very, very Australian. Now, that's not my burger there, is it?
That is definitely not your burger.
Have you heard of a Fergburg?
A Fergburger?
Yeah, do you know what a Fergburger is?
New Zealand.
Yeah, Fergburg.
I would say in Queenstown, New Zealand, Fergburger. If I didn't have what I have on right now, I'd say it's a very good burger. But nothing best burger in the world. Nothing.
I mean, Fergburgs are pretty damn good. I'm hoping you guys don't disappoint.
Oh, we won't disappoint. All right. On the grill.
So I'll let these guys get to my burger and then be back. All right. So Carter, he's here with my my Australian version of the Fergberg. Okay,
All
and
right,
that looks awfully good.
Can I explain this? What you're about to eat here?
Yeah. Go.
This is a
Well,
healthy
we should
burger.
introduce Nate first,
Okay,
also.
this is my
Okay.
Nate from across
So
the way.
Nate is his mate, and Nate is from Wisconsin. Okay.
Nate works at a gelato place.
Packers fan, right?
No.
No. All right. I'm a Niners fan.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. So
All right.
let's talk about
So,
this burger.
Start it
here.
off. All right, we'll do. You chose a traditional bun, which is their wholemeal bun. Put it down here on the ground.
Okay.
So the base is a tomato relish.
All right.
With obviously fresh lettuce, tomato, and onion. And then we have one of our amazing beef patties with cheese, bacon,
Look at that.
and then an egg. And then topped off with an amazing herb mayo sauce. And then with a skewer in the middle and some chips. And then
Wow.
I gave you our sweet chili mayo to try with the chips.
Carter, you rock, man.
Hey.
You know, I mean, that really
we'll
looks
see the burger.
that really looks healthy. That really looks healthy,
It is.
Carter.
Healthy
Thank you so much.
enjoy.
All right, thank you. All right, folks. So I'm going to dig in on this. What do they call this? The mighty Melbourne. All right. So with dinner in my belly and the night winding down, I thought I'd share the sound of these birds with you here on the street as I'm heading back. Just really loud. So I'll just let you listen to that for a moment. What a wonderful experience it's been coming down here to this street. Rain and all, it didn't matter. This place definitely didn't disappoint. And I found out that this week it's Grand Prix week. So somebody told me to go on, type in Grand Prix Melbourne Community Day, and get a free ticket. So I'm going to be Thursday I'm going to go walk the actual racetrack through I think it's called Albert Park, and that's going to be a great treat as well. So goodbye from or should I say good day from down under. All right, so I lied. It wasn't the end of the video. I'm walking home. I decided to walk home, and look at this. I found a hearty Hungarian takeaway, traditional meals. I'll be darned. I bet my friend Edith in Genoa, Italy, I bet she's watching this and just smiling right now. So I'm going to find my way back down here. You can see they've got the, let's look at the menu. They've got cabbage rolls and sauerkraut, chicken paprikash, Hungarian goulash, stuffed capsicum, beef stroganoff. Fantastic. For those of you just stumbling on this video and wanting to know the connection, Budapest and Hungary has been my home away from home for the last, probably for the last 10 years. So what a joy it is. I heard that there were Hungarian restaurants here in, in this part of the town. They seem friendly enough. Let's see if they talk. Jó estét kívánok! Hogy vagy, jó?
Jó, köszönöm, jó.
Thomas vagyok.
Igen?
Thomas vagyok. Tamás.
Tamás, Piri.
Én Sanyi vagyok.
És turista.
Kicsi magyaró.
Yeah.
Kicsit beszélünk.
Kicsi magyaró. Fantastic. Nagyon finom.
Jó, jó. Akarsz valamit, you want something to eat or you right?
Nagyon finom. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So I will come back to eat.
Lovely.
I will come back to eat. I am an American.
Oh, lovely.
And my grandfather, his name was István Hell from Eger.
Eger, jó.
Yeah.
István, that's a beautiful Hungarian.
Yeah. Okay. So köszönöm szépen. Köszönöm szépen.